Dale Carnegie claims you never blame yourself, but that's why your communication is failing. This video challenges that idea, revealing how empathy works. Is admitting fault the key to building stronger relationships? To answer that question, it's vital to grasp how empathy profoundly shapes our daily chats and bonds with others. So let's see how we can actually use empathy to improve our interactions and build more support and honest connection with people in our life. Understanding empathy is the key to unlocking successful and lasting friendships, and #X20, and with the right mindset we can improve both our professional and personal lives with more better relationships and #X20. Dale Carnegie really stressed that people often don't admit when they're wrong and how important it is to avoid criticizing, condemning, or complaining. Think about it, when was the last time you heard someone say, "Yep, that was my fault"? So how do we get better at it? Well, a really good insight here is, criticism usually makes someone defensive. Instead of trying to win an argument, start by showing respect for the other person's opinions. It helps build a foundation for open communication. If you are wrong, admit to it quickly. This can disarm the situation and allow the other person to be understanding and receptive. Next, being friendly really matters in how a person is perceived. No matter how angry someone else may be, being friendly can de-escalate issues. By maintaining a smile and showing appreciation for their situation, you might just have more influence. One thing Carnegie points out is the importance of finding common ground. Start the conversations by talking about where you agree. Isolate your difference in method instead of purpose as a way to better influence. Also, letting the other person do most of the talking can really help. People will feel that they were heard more when they were actually able to express themselves more. There's also this, let the other person think that your conclusion is their own. This gives people a sense of ownership to the solution. Figuring out why someone thinks the way they do is also very important. You have to figure this out to influence. You'll unlock a new key by figuring out someone's key motivator. Now, to alter some behavior, you can't do this without believing the best about the other person. Instead, show the other person the person that you believe them to be, and they won't let you down. One of the biggest things that I want to stress is encouragement. You can use encouragement to gain momentum that can carry over into areas that need improvement in their life or work. There's something called altar casting. It's a really useful influence technique. And that is to give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. He really emphasizes the point that you need to cast people into social roles that can get them to behave in the way that you may want. If you can't do that, then what can you do? What does that mean, to cast? What he means is that if we characterize people in a positive way, we talk about their good qualities. And if we show the good qualities, they will act in a way such as to live up to the reputation that we've given them. One example is if you were trying to sell infant formula to a mother or some sort of product that you think is healthy and nutritious, you can say to the mother, "As a loving mother, I know how important it is for you to give your children healthy and nutritious foods." This technique reminds the woman of her role as a mother. In turn, she then must remind you that she knows to take good care of the children by giving them healthy and nutritious food. The trick here is you cast her into this role, remind her of her role as a mother, and then mention healthy and nutritious foods to sell her. This reminds people of their roles and influences them to do things that align with their role. If you want something from someone, you have to give that someone something, and in this case, you are giving them what the bare minimum need is. But this is a reminder of how everyone needs to have their station be known. This also helps them save face and continue on with the way you want the relationship to go. So that is how you want it to go, so this will help them get to this position. If your peer calls you up the night before and says that they can't get it done, then all you do is tell him you already know you as a person who's going to do it, so then that will just make him do it. How all these things work is that a social role is a set of expectations associated with a given social position, which helps the given position be known. Everyone has their own role and everyone acts differently in certain positions. Each of our roles demands that we do these behaviors, that we put on these performances. You can't get through life like this without taking each role seriously, and that will just get in the way and not help you on these steps. The most important aspect here is role support. This means the external validation from important audiences. You cannot have success without the important figures. They really let you make it to the top. All you need to know to win from here is that they know you for you. Then you have to remember that people want to keep a consistent feeling of the world. So how are we going to do this? What can we expect here? You are looking to act like you're a friend, and it will get there eventually, and you will eventually make new friends and have new acquaintances. Now they understand that these actions were there because you put them in their place. There's actually two sides to all of this we have to address. And you would get there too, but at what cost? Everything that has been said should be done now in order to maximize effectiveness in the world. Everything else isn't worth it, and everything else won't help people more than just these tactics and methods. The way to do this is that you have to know to make people feel safe. All these methods and that safety will give people a sense of home, which is the last thing that all people need and ask for. That is why it's helpful to take note. What needs to come next is a promise that all of these points are important, and you have to take everything said seriously. All these points have serious merit. By not doing those steps or taking some time will make you not get to win every person that gets in the way. Remember, you can't just do everything. You have to consider the amount of things that will have to be dealt with. How can a good businessman sell these points? This can be solved if the method is there. So we've explored how empathy shapes our interactions and builds stronger connections. But what about situations where empathy clashes with personal boundaries? How do we navigate that? Share your thoughts below and what problems you faced with these points and what solutions have you tried. If this video gave you insight, like, share, and subscribe to our channel to keep watching such amazing videos.